In this one, I'm going to look at a CD player and see if we can get this one going. This one was just given to me, so I don't know the history. Guy doesn't want it back, so I'm going to take a look and see if I can get this going. And if I can get it going, I'm going to give it away or try to sell it. More than likely give it away because nobody wants CD players these days. They're kind of redundant, right? Let's check it out. Got a Sony 5-disc CD changer. Let's see if it works. It's not playing, so I guess it has a problem. Let's pop it apart and see if it's savable. This will be one like I just give this away, right? Because I need a 5-disc CD changer. But we'll pull this one apart and see whether it's something minor that's wrong with this one. This is a little different than a lot of the other ones we're used to seeing. Get the loading system on this one. Nice, easy, accessible loading motor, loading belt. Looks like it's trying to do something. Let's see if it's, let's go to night shot and see if this laser is actually putting out a beam, and it looks like it is. We can see it. So the laser is certainly looking for a disc, but it didn't even appear to spin. So I'm curious as to either the laser's bad, could be dirty, or it could be a bad spindle motor too. First thing, and the only thing I'm going to try on this right now, is I'm going to try cleaning the laser lens. Some of the other problems that these ones had is they have a couple switches on the bottom here that have, over the years, given trouble and can cause them not to operate correctly. So let's just take a look at these switches first of all and see how they look. The interconnect wires between the optical block and the board have also been known to give trouble over the years. They, just from flexing back and forth, they break. There's one switch here. This tells the system when the disc is loaded. This little switch here, there's two of them on this one. And these switches sometimes give trouble and should be cleaned with cleaner. Looks like that switch is coming apart, doesn't it? That one wasn't even snapped together properly, but we'll give these a shot of cleaner. That was sitting up like that. We'll give these switches a shot of cleaner and make sure the contacts are clean on both of these switches, and clean up the laser and see whether that'll change the operation, see if it'll spin up, because it didn't sound like it was spinning. It looked like the laser was hunting and we could see the laser coming on, but it wasn't attempting to spin the disc. So that should clean that switch up a bit. Put this one back in place. take out this switch and clean this one next. And this is one of those rocker switches that gives us so many problems. The contacts in here also get dirty, and especially if it hasn't been used for a while. I guess the biggest problem with a lot of these devices is, you know, people used to use them all the time, and then they stopped playing CDs, and the devices just ended up sitting there collecting dust, and the switches go bad. And then once that happens, you get all kinds of weird problems, like intermittent play, drawers opening and closing by themselves, like when you open it to load a disc and it all of a sudden just closes again. These are some of the real problems that happen when you get switches. Is if the switch isn't read properly, then the machine doesn't behave properly. So let's put the bottom cover back on now, and then I'm going to clean the lens off. There is one more little switch that I should look at on here, and that's the laser home switch. So what that does is that one, also I'll just check and see if there's any cracks in the gear. It doesn't look like it. This gear sometimes gets a crack in it, the little motor gear, and it'll stick. But I don't see any crack in this gear, which is good. Another switch that should be looked at or addressed is this one right down here. It's a little leaf switch. I'll just give it a shot, a little bit of cleaner in there just to make sure that the contacts stay clean. What that switch does is when the laser returns home, it closes this little switch. The laser assembly, the sled actually pushes the switch like that. And what that does is that tells the system that the laser is in position. Although typically if that switch fails, what will happen is the laser assembly the motor will keep running, and it'll try to ram the laser home, and quite often you'll hear the teeth skipping on the gear. So if I turn on my power, okay, so now let's just clean off that lens. We use a little bit of isopropyl alcohol to clean it. I actually have 2 bottles of isopropyl alcohol. I have one that is clean, that's never had anything dipped in it other than clean swabs. And I have another one which is a bottle that I just keep adding a little bit to at a time, like this bottle here. This bottle, I just add a little bit to it because it may not be pure. Sometimes what will happen is if I'm using a toothbrush or something to clean up a circuit board, it may get contaminants in it. So I use that I use also this one more for general purpose cleaning, and then I have another one which is pure and it has never been in contact with anything else. And I use that for, say, cleaning optical pickups and stuff where I don't want to leave anything behind if there's any contamination. I doubt that there's any contamination in here, but because it's a bottle that I've refilled a couple times, it is my general purpose cleaner, and the other one is the new cleaner. So let's just see, I'll plug this amplifier back in here. We'll put a CD in and see if this thing plays. Now remember, the only thing I've done on this unit is clean the optical pickup, clean the 3 switches on the bottom, plus this switch, and clean the optical pickup. So eject, open. Okay, there it is. Nice squeak. Okay, let's see whether this one will now work. Play. Well, that's a good sign. It's spinning. And it doesn't read the disc, so it's more than that. We'll try just increasing the laser current a little bit. It might be that the laser itself is just getting a bit tired on this unit, and sometimes increasing the laser current a little bit can coax a tired laser to work a little better. In this case, it doesn't appear to be doing anything. The laser is probably toast on this one. So this CD player, it's done. I'm not spending any more time on it. It's mine. I'll pull the belt off it. I can probably use that. This one's going to go for recycling. The laser itself obviously is shot. It's not reading. I did get it to read once, and it read momentarily when I wasn't recording, and it was skipping all over the map. Like, it started playing the track 35 seconds in. So it's this one's done. It's not worth anything. If I sold this, I could probably get, maybe $20 for it at the most. So it's definitely not worth putting a pickup in, because it's just not worth fixing. This was the KSS 150, which is a different one. The KSS 240 is the most common pickup that Sony uses. This one uses the 150, which is much less common than, say, the 240. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.